Okay, round two. I think we're going to keep this hand. We need lands, but we have a 2-drop, and we're on the draw. I think this hand is going to have to be good enough. The Windrider Patrol and the Wavewing are a bit awkward, but I think this hand could come together nicely if we draw correctly here. Another blue deck, which is surprising to say the least. All right, Touch of the Void's a satisfactory draw, but still got a couple turns grace period to draw a land here. Ah, another blue-red deck. No 2-drop, okay. Got the land, very good, very good. So now we're in Touch of the Void territory, which is nice. Okay, a rug deck. Tunneling Geopede, yeah. I think we're going to play a Blighted Gorge, attack into Tunneling Geopede, because I don't mind trading here. Ooh, that was a nice draw. I kind of want to hold on to the Touch of the Void for another creature that I might have to kill. I'm more willing to trade off a McKindy Slide Runner for a Tunneling Geopede than I am a Touch of the Void. If that makes sense. I just think trading a creature here is I'm more interested in. Okay, he's not interested, so we'll just make use of our mana, get this guy off the board, and pass. So next turn we get to go Firebird and get more aggressive. Ah, Retreat to Valakut. Well, that is something I'm not concerned about, so feeling good now. With this Akoum Firebird, our opponent is on a real serious clock here. That was a good draw, too. Alright, opponent goes to 11. We're a blue mana away from a Windrider Patrol. Otherwise, we can drop Vestige, which I think we would drop before. Actually, no, I guess we'd drop Incubator Drone because we want to be able to play the Wavewing if we don't find the blue mana, but find another red mana. Retreat to Valakut, completely irrelevant here. Targeted himself with the target creature goods. So my opponent doesn't have, I don't know what that means. I'm trying to think. Might be adverse conditions. That would make sense. Adverse conditions I think would be sensible. So we'll play our land, buff our Slide Runner. Get in for 6. What do we got? Oh, turn against? So this and then block that. Okay. Guess that is going to work. We draw a land, though, and we're right back in Firebird territory. Alright, so now we go ahead and drop, I think, Vestige, because... Well, let me think about this, actually. I guess if I drop Drone and I don't draw a land... No, it's a landfall ability, though. Okay. Guess we go Vestige. Next turn, I can go Windrider Patrol. Vestige is more aggressive than Incubator Drone. 3/4 is just a good body in this format. Otherwise, I can go Windrider Patrol. If I draw a land, I can go Akoum Firebird. Get back on the aggression. Still no play. Oh, he does have a play. End of turn play. Stone Fury, okay. Acceptable. Sky Spawner, we're going to go Windrider Patrol pass. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. We've got a grip full of goodies here. Lifespring Druid, very much not a problem right now. I mean, we draw a land here. Our opponent is in massive trouble. Yeah. So now we just play Firebird back from the graveyard. Get in for 7, which is just absurd. Could descry 2. Yeah, I mean, we can leave them both at this point. So we'll top the drone, top the clutch, so that way we can clutch, bounce, and attack something if that is even something we have to do, which currently we don't. Yeah, wow. Deck just destroyed there. So opponent's playing Rug. Looks like Splash Blue. So likely Converge. Turn Against is strong. Was very good for him there. We drew just magnificently that game, which was excellent. Don't want to bring in the Upheaval. Like I said before, it's tough to go on the land killing strategy in an 18 land format. I think most of the time you end up just sort of hamstringing yourself more than them, it seems like. Especially since with Converge, especially, it's not like they require the third color. It's just, it makes their cards better. So there's just a lot of reasons not to sideboard into land destruction, in my opinion. We don't have much of a sideboard plan. Dispel stops the turn against. Did we see any other? We saw Stone Fury too. Hey, that might be good enough actually to bring in the Dispel, a one of. I mean, stopping turn against is huge for 1 mana. What would I take out? It's a reasonable question. Why, thank you, Alex. Let's see. Let's bring in Dispel. Could cut the Anticipate, but I kind of like all of our early game. Boiling Earth. What did Boiling Earth do? It kills Lifespring Druid. That alone is pretty good, actually. Does not kill Tunneling Geopede. What are the chances Boiling Earth's going to be magnificent in this matchup? I mean, if he has token-based cards, it could be very good. If he has Converge, it's going to be less good. Does, like I said, kill the Lifespring Druid, though. I think the cut is Boiling Earth or like a Vestige or an Incubator Drone. Probably Vestige. Boiling Earth versus Vestige cut. I think we're going to cut Boiling Earth. I'm willing to bring the Boiling Earth back if we see more than just a Lifespring Druid to justify it. But I think we're going to deal more with Fatties, which makes the Boiling Earth worse. But Dispel, I think, just based on the 2 removal spells we saw. Wait, Stone Fury and Turn Against. Yeah. Dispel's going to be great, I think. All right, let's try this little bad boy out. Yes, we're going to keep this. We don't have a red mana, but good distribution. Seems like a fine keep. Not a great one. Certainly good enough, though. All right. Opponent's going to wait till post-combat to play the old land. There it is. Firebird. All right. Firebird, not a very good draw. But we have both our double red spells in hand now. I don't think we have more than that, do we? All right. Well, no more awkward red draws even possible. All right. Snapping Gnarlid is a good creature here, given our hand and current board state. Might have to do the less exciting 4-mana Coastal Discovery. Although if I get my 4th land and I'm able to play Incubator Drone, a lot less likely to do that. So depending on what we draw and what he plays, I might have to play Clutch of Currents on a 3-drop. We'll see. All right, I think we are going to do it on the Lifespring Druid. Just keeps him off 5-drops, and we're not staying super busy here anyway, so why don't we just clutch the Druid. Since next turn we're going to be playing Incubator Drone, I think, anyway, at this point. So, all right. Clutch here. Pass. Next turn we play Incubator Drone. Then if we draw a land, we get to go Coastal Discovery Awaken, which seems really good to me. We are taking a bit of a Snapping Gnarlid beatdown at the moment, but we'll accept it for now. Giant Mantis, okay. Seems reasonable against our Akum Firebird. Didn't get the... Alright, still not in big trouble here. We just played Drone and then pass. So now we definitely want to draw land so we can go Coastal Discovery, Awakened, and possibly find our red manas. See what he attacks with. If he attacks with both, I'll just block the Mantis with the Drone and then take 3 again. I'd rather do that than trade off something. Alright, opponent's curving out a bit better than we are. So we're in a wee bit of trouble here. Alright, unfortunate draw there, but nothing to be done. So we're going to Coastal Discovery, hopefully draw some lands. Oh, alright, well, nothing we could do here. That was just bad circumstances. Alright, so I guess we chump block now. Not quite in Rolling Thunder territory yet, so I guess I can play Wind Rider Patrol, possibly offer the trade with the Baloth if he doesn't have a land. Four spells in hand, alright. So, trade with Baloth, take 3. This has Trample, though. It still, I think, makes sense to me. So, 4 spells in hand, which is a bit scary. Alright. Probably gonna, if we go land now, might have to do the roll. If we get the mountain, did not get the mountain. So I can go Sky Spawner plus Touch the Void. Yeah, that might be the best. Might just be the best. Take out the Grove Rumbler. Alright. I think that's the play. Can't really deal with the Trampler so much, so alright. Go like this. And pass. If I can get Rolling Thunder online, I can kill Lifespring Druid plus Invoker, maybe? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So still 1 away from the Invoker. So definitely want to draw a mountain here. We could be in some trouble. Let's see how he attacks. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, well, I mean, can't play around combat tricks, so gotta do some blocking here. Invoker. Alright, if we draw a red mana, we're still okay. Well, maybe not now. Well, We'll see. If we draw red, we're actually okay. Oh, did not get the red. So I guess we die. If I touch the void, the invoker can block, take 4. If I play Nettle Drone, my opponent doesn't draw a land, I still die. Guess we're dead. I don't need to show my opponent any more spells. Might as well, I guess. We'll take out the invoker and pass. It doesn't really matter if my opponent already is prepared for Touch the Void. Now they just know about 2. All right, well, gonna have to draw better. We had a shot this game. He had a quick start. We fumbled a little bit, so some problems there. Multiple Lifespring Druids. Maybe we do. Well, I still don't really want to play the. The Boiling Earth. I don't think. Just for 2 creatures, I don't think so. It's not quite good enough. All right. Well, that was a bit disappointing. Let's see. No, I don't think we have anything else. I think this is about as good as we're going to get. So if we can draw better, I think we're fine. All right, game 3. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this sand is actually very good, so we're going to keep it. We're going to go Cascade in a mountain, presumably find a land off the Anticipate. Just so we can get in these Coastal Discovery territory. Alright, I'm going to play the Anticipate, and like I said, I think we're just going to dig up a blue land here. Alright, Stonewaker. It's actually less intimidating right now than a Snapping Gnarlid, since it at least requires his resources. Got the blue land. I think we're going to take it over the Nettle Drone, since I can't play the Nettle Drone anyway. Yeah, we take blue land here. Alright, he's go to the bottom. Tap. Another land. Alright, let's go Spires. Pass. Then we go Incubator Drone into possibly turn 5 Coastal Discovery Awakened, which I think actually is pretty good. Gives us a 4/4 and some cards. Did not pay for it. Okay. Lifespring Druid. Okay. So it turns out Boiling Earth would have been very good in this match, but it was a really tough choice, actually. Like I said, the Dispel just still seems really good. Stopping Stone Fury and turn against for 1 mana. Maybe I should have boarded out something else, but just based on Lifespring Druids, I didn't think Boiling Earth was worth it. Had I known there was Stonewaker too, I would have left it in. So next turn I can go Windrider Patrol, which now I think I'd rather do than the Coastal Discovery, because that way I don't have to sacrifice my Scion. but getting the extra cards is also not bad. Sets us up for Touch of the Void. If that's the best my opponent's got, I'm feeling good. Okay, so a bunch of dudes, but we're still not really in a ton of trouble here. Okay, so yeah, I think keeping our Scion around for now is fine. Let's play the Patrol and pass. Back-to-back Coastal Discoveries should be pretty good for us. Wouldn't even mind too much if he paid for the Stonemaker. Would let him get in some damage, but just tells me he doesn't have anything else better going on. Alright, so it looks like my opponent does, in fact, have something better going on. I will double block a Snapping Gnarlid with a Drone and a Scion. Yeah, I think this is acceptable. I don't love this trade, but I think it's going to be, like I said, acceptable. So now I think I will sack the Scion so I get the untapped Coastal Discovery. I think that's actually really, really good on this board state. So I'd prefer to have the 4/4. I also get to scry 2 first, which I think is pretty good. Kozilek's Chandler, okay. So let's... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, close to that Invoker, which is gonna be a big deal. Sky Spawner is not bad either. So I guess we swing with Windrider Patrol. Get in our damage. Scry 2. Fire. Well, Island can go to the bottom. Firebird, are we going to be able to race an Invoker? It takes all of his resources. I think that we can. So now we go land. We go Coastal Discovery Awakened on a... I actually kind of want it on the Cascade if he's got bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get that. Now, next turn, I guess we can go Sky Spawner Drone, or more likely the Firebird Sky Spawner, which I think puts him on a 2-turn clock, actually. Yeah, all right. So he has to go land, attack with Invoker with 8 mana up in order to get in for 7 points of damage. It also takes all his resources, which I think is okay. Could have Stone Fury, in which case we take a lot of damage. Could have Turn Against, in which case we take a lot of damage. Okay. So this could have been worse, actually. Kind of wish I had Dispel right now, but could have been worse. I think we still get to do a pretty decent game plan here. I think we still get to go Sky Spawner Firebird, I believe, right? We go land, Sky Spawner Firebird, get in for 7. And that is a clock my opponent has to beat pretty quick here, because he's going to be dead next turn from flyers, so he's got to have a pretty good play here. It's not to say he can't have it, but he does have to have a pretty good play. So I don't think we need either of these. Rather have like a Touch of the Void, I think. If I leave a land on top, I can go drone, drone. That's actually pretty good. But if I get a Touch of the Void and he kills Wind Rider Patrol, I don't have lethal. But I can kill an Invoker. Guaranteed drone, drone next turn is actually pretty good. Gives us 3 creatures. It's pretty good board clutter. What else would I want to draw? Rolling Thunder. Like I said, Touch of the Void's probably not good enough. Ugin's Insight. I wouldn't want to draw that. What the? Let's see here. Leave it on top. Guaranteed drone, drone. Don't leave it on top. I can just go drone. Alright, let's leave it on top. I think double drone next turn is pretty good. Probably protects us enough. Especially given that we've got Coastal Discovery. If my opponent pays this, I don't think that's a big deal. Opponent does have 8 mana, but I'm not sure attacking with Invoker and pumping it's good enough. It does half us, but I don't think that's good enough. Opponent does have to deal with our flyers. I guess bottoming the island and drawing a Dispel would have been a way to get out of turn against, so maybe I should have considered that. But my thinking was I can still survive another turn even if he has an answer to my flyers. Attacks with everything. 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 lands up, which kind of tells me Stone Fury is probably a thing. I think I'm actually going to play around. I think I'm just going to block the Invoker here. Like, I know I've got lethal and crackback, but with double Incubator Drone, I think I can survive. And just, I think it's likely he's got something up his sleeve. Well, I don't know if he does or not, but I'm just going to take out Invoker now, I think. Like I said, that might not have been correct. I think it is, though. I just feel like it's pretty likely he's got something. The fact that he's got turn against mana untapped is also a problem, but I think what we do is actually, I think oddly enough, I don't think we don't attack to play around turn against. He's not going to be able to leave up 5 mana forever. And we've got enough going on where I think we just chill out here. So I'm going to chill out this turn. Oh, that was a mistake. I forgot that I had to attack with the Firebird. So I should have attacked with Wind Rider Patrol too. I was going to play around turn against, and then I just remembered that I can't actually play around turn against. Oh, man. Well, now that sucks. All right. Probably could have killed my opponent then. Because if my opponent had turn against, they absolutely would have played it there. All right. Opponent still has turn against up, but if opponent had turn against, they should have done it before because it wouldn't have mattered. Wavewing. Yeah, Wavewing's pretty good too, actually. So let's get in with flyers and then... It doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. I guess my opponent just drew it. Like I said, that makes 0 sense. Because unless my opponent just drew it. Otherwise, like I said, makes 0 sense. The same exact net result would have just happened. Same exact net result. Exact same. No difference whatsoever. So, doesn't make a ton of sense. But we're still okay here. Thinking he must have just drawn it, like I said. Unless someone knows something I don't know, because otherwise you just do the same thing before. Like, I don't see a reason to not do the turn against. All right, probably got to deal with Stone Fury, but... Or I just Rolling Thunder my opponent. Yeah, that'll work too. All right. Still got the win, thankfully. I wish I could have played that better. Like I said, I just completely blanked on Akoum Firebird having to attack. Still made 0 sense to me that... All right. Well, my opponent's trying to talk to me and can't because I don't know why. I'll figure it out. And we'll see you in the finals.